What is up, Step Gamers? Tonight, this evening on the Virtual Reality Masters League, I'm your host, a goddamn superhero. To let you know, I'm a little late to the plate, but we have the game already started. I have the bands here. We're talking about it in a little moment. I'm going to get you right into stockpile. We're going to miss the first couple rounds, but we're going to get in there and find out exactly what is happening this evening. Let me load up the map, and we're going to be going. Yeah, this is going to be Thinking versus Vortex, Season 9, Week 11. All right, so we are loading into the map at the moment. We're having a little bit of delay before everything is up and going. Let me make sure that I have all these other sources muted. And we are taking just a moment as my game freezes. Very fun. Uh-oh. And we missed the first 5 rounds. They're loading in there, but we're gonna have this going in just a second. You'll be able to hear everything. And we see at the moment we're in the middle of round 6 right now. It's going to be a 3-on-2 at the moment with Yellow Hat, Frigg, and Thief surviving on Museum as they're on the defensive side, which is Darude, Cookie, and Soda Pop pushing on. It looks like Darude dies on Catwalk, and now we just have Soda Pop left alone. Shadow and or Yellow Hat and Frigg just died on Shadow, and now we just have Thief versus Soda Pop, and Soda Pop is the one who ends up surviving in the situation. Let me make sure that I have the audio for me better. And we have there we go. Okay, great. So like I said, apologize for the being a little late here, guys. We had some technical issues behind the scene. So when we go over from our enemy side, we're gonna be able to see that they are pushing it onto the A side here. Grenades go down from the mid. Doesn't hit anyone just yet. Frigg might be able to test them in a second. Walking, 3 over behind a little bit. 2 pushing all the way through storage at the moment. Medium 1 on the side. Rounds. And Yellow Hat and Frigg are shooting. It's pre-firing. Waiting to see what happens. Sumachi might be able to see Medium 1 over here. Sumachi's played all the way out over in Soldier as defense. Yellow Hat pushes in, and they double peek him, getting both Darude and Orca a kill. Oh, a grenade that Darude barely survives last minute. Not sure how he perfectly dodged that, but no damage there. Frigg takes some. They're pushing on the site, getting ready to mount their assault. He still is up and alive in the middle. Sumachi's gonna surprise Meaty One as he attempts to push in from the mid. Frigg defends. Cardboard Box also defends. Thief kills Darude, and now the assault has been ended. The push looked like it was going so well, but it ended so quickly. Right now, as the game is going, we have Frigg at the top here with 9 and 3, 7 and 4 for Sumachi, a Cardboard Box at 7 and 3, 5 and 2 for Thief. Yellow Hat with 4 and 4. Drew Cookie with 4 and 6. 4 and 7 for Orca. 3 and 5 for Soda Pop. Media 1 with the 3 and 7. Scorch with 2 and 7. Pushing on to the A site, we have Media 1 also going B separately. Yellow Hat's going to be able to hear this one early. This is a save for our final round here as we are on round 7. Yellow Hat gets 2 kills. Soda Pop kills Yellow Hat in the end and gets wiped out by Frigg. Orca is going to attempt to test Frigg. Actually, he fights Sumachi. And Meaty One's still in the mid. I mean, he still has a chance here to get a kill. They're with Deagles, but the grenade, though, from Frigg takes out Orca, ending him. No more whale songs at the bottom of that ocean. Sumachi is at the window at the moment, and versus Meaty One, and ends up taking out Meaty One with the headshot. That was our second to last round, as now we go into our final here. They're going to be able to buy a little bit more. It looks like Orca wasn't able to fully buy, and same with Meaty One. Yeah, they're both gonna have to save down a little bit, as we can't do the infamous thinking double save. All right, and so they're gonna attempt the same kind of structure. Meaty One alone, and they're gonna attempt to push onto A. Scorch might be helping him in the mid. Early grenade, smoke this time. Assumed that was gonna be a grenade. Slows down their assault just a sec. A real grenade comes afterwards. Meaty One actually playing further back onto B. I wonder what is happening over there. Little slowed. Yellow Hat here. Let's see from their perspective. Why isn't Yellow Hat shooting? Oh, it looks like Soda Pop is actually in the underneath. Yellow Hat does kill Scorch, who was peeking. Thief gets midi one. Now they kind of might be able to. Oh, they're rotating off. They're thinking he was there. Darude kills Yellow Hat. Now Frigg rotates back over onto site. Soda Pop is going to push through the mid and might be able to catch Sumachi here in a sec. If he can surprise him, they might be able to grab a point. Yep, there we go. Soda Cat gets Sumachi. Soda Pop gets Sumachi. And Frigg as well. Cardboard Box and Thief are just the only two left alive, and they are offside at the moment. The bomb is planted. Orca and Darude on site. Soda Pop holding the mid. One out a little bit. And Orca takes out Thief. Cardboard Box sitting at tickets, wondering what he can do. Push into the site. We just, he has to go up against 3 here. It's going to be, as soon as they see him, and it looks like it's back. Oh, it's okay. Never mind. Orca didn't push input, but he showed us the Destiny was the right position. Killing Orca, granting them their second point this half. As we end the half, 6-3 for Thief, 7-6 for Yellow Hat, 7-4 for Cardboard Box. Sumachi with the 8-5, 11-4 for Frigg. 2-9 for Scorch, 3-9 for Meaty One, Darude Cookie with a 5-7, Orca with 6-8, and Soda Pop on top with 6-6. It's not looking too good. This was a defensive map. Usually, the defensive side is the most advantageous side. So this could be their opportunity to come back here. But it looks like their first. They didn't grab too many points to allow for mistakes on the second half. So Frigg going alone over on A, making some early noise. Oh, and they actually bite it as a rotate. Scorch is just gonna barely be off site, and leave Darude Cookie alone versus 4 here as he attempts to defend. There we go. You see Scorch rotating back on. Darude gets 1 and 2. Oh, and 3. Meaty One getting Frigg, and now it's just Cardboard Box. Bomb is down. They have control, and Cardboard can't rotate back up to get it. So Cardboard has to have this defense, and he fell thin on that one. What a good defense. Darude really popped off and kind of showed us he can control the game. That is the advantage position that really like B is so much harder to push into, and that defense was perfect. They all have to kind of walk through a hallway, which is a problem there. So 4 of them moving over to the A side. Frigg is delayed. Maybe he goes mid. Yep. Okay. He's checking mid for a moment for us. Early grenade goes down. It doesn't really do anything. Soda Pop backs up Orca in the mid. They're doubling up, making some noise with the bomb over on the A side. It's going to beep here in a second, but looks like they might begin a rotate off. They want them to think it's A, as far as I can tell. All right, there we go. There's a... Oh. Oh, okay, never mind. It was... They're making the noise over here, but it's gonna... But Sumachi has the bomb. It makes an extra beep. It did cause them all to rotate, though. The question is, with 50 seconds left, are they gonna call it? Frigg gets Darude with a knife. They take out Frigg. They're going for the noise again. So they're just messing with them, it looks like, at the moment. Cardboard Box versus Orca here in a sec. Thief and Yellow Hat on site. Sumachi's going to still go for the plant. The beep noise happens. Doesn't cause anyone to rotate back off because they know Yellow Hat's there. So this might actually be a plant for them. Yeah, Sumachi's going to get this plant. That distract them with the bomb like 3 or 4 times, and it did work. I normally would say like the plant noise doesn't really confuse people too often, but hey, here by doing it 3 or 4 times, it just kind of seemed like they were playing. It did work in their favor in the end. That's an extra 500 points per player as they get the bomb down. And they got 2 knife kills along the way, which is also useful. Killing Soda Pop and Darude Cookie, netting them an extra few $1,000s. And they stop the bomb, and another 2 points go over towards Vortex at the moment. Now the question is, with this in mind, is that enough for them to keep the momentum? Can they make this back to 7-7, or is just those 2 points the beginning of their end, as they have to play the rest of the game with rifles? We have the 4 of them pushing on to site here on the A side. Sumachi looks like he's playing lurk, maybe mid. Oh, just moving slowly. Just moving slowly. It's casual. He's feeling good. He's feeling like they have control of this. Soda Pop and Orca doubling up on the mid. We have Meaty One alone on site, but that's fine. Orca can get there if he needs to. Pre-fire through the doors here just in case. You know, someone might be there. Cardboard Box going to be there very soon. And they open the door. They know that they're going to be on A in a sec. Yellow Hat clearing the site right off the bat. Killing Meaty One. Orca is going to be pushed up by Frigg here in a sec. And he gets ready. He kills one. And Thief is underneath. He's not actually on site there. Soda Pop is the next player who can get into an engagement. Same with Scorch and Darude now. Thief is already hiding underneath approach. Sumachi kills Soda Pop with a knife, but the firefight keeps going. 2 versus 2 at the moment. Sumachi and Cardboard Box. Now it's just Darude. Oh, there we go. And it looks like Cardboard Box, although taking one out on his way, doesn't finish the job. And we have Scorch here, who's able to burn down that opportunity for a Vortex point. 7-5, evening the game back up. We're not there just yet, but we will be soon enough. So this is going to put, well, actually, because of the amount of money that Vortex was able to grab during those other rounds, I mean, they did get plants every single time. They are able to still afford, and we're going to be onto our 3rd round loss bonus here. So we'll see, whatever happens after this, they're going to have plenty of money. But if they grab a point here, we can see some of the economy change up for them. Meaty One is on side again. Again, double mid with Soda Pop. Soda Pop is actually playing more into the shadow area, which allows him to check over to A a little bit easier. And maybe hear some footsteps where Cardboard Box is. We're playing at 2-1. Actually, no, 3-2 at the moment. Cardboard Box and Sumachi. Likely a distraction on B. They might be in a firefight soon. Looks like Darude and Sumachi have already started over here. They're going to be able to call it just one. Scorch is going to be able to hear those footsteps from his position. Might be able to indicate what's going to happen. You see Orca pop out early and gets Yellow Hat. Meaty One is up against Thief, and Thief stole Destiny from him. Orca takes out Frigg, and now we have Thief in the back of sight alone, but it doesn't matter when he can survive. Well, you know what? Soda Pop took care of that one. It, fizzed out his opportunity. Cardboard Box and Sumachi are pushing in through the mid at the moment. Now, it looks like the team is not aware, it's not aware of where they're at, and Sumachi gets one. Soda Pop gets surprised by Cardboard Box, and now it's back to a 2v1 with the advantage right now for Vortex. Scorch has eyes here, and he kills one, and that's the bomb down in his control. Sumachi's there. He has to pick up the bomb if he wants this to work. He has 10 seconds left, and looks like he used the cover right here on Chase and was able to get it. Scorch has to push him now. And Scorch does win the firefight, burns down the competition once again. And he already eclipsed too. He's ready. Pick up the extra guns, and that was a very good Vortex round. They were able to bring that back, but it wasn't enough. Like I said, this is the easier for the T's, or the CTs here, as the T's have that kind of split their people up. So 4th round into this, like I said, that loss bonus is kicking in. We're gonna have plenty of opportunity for thinking here to grab a few more points, see if they can get the comeback. Yellow Hat is looking like he's gonna go over to the mid, maybe on distraction on A. Cardboard Box is moving over towards Soldier over here. Yep, Yellow Hat is playing the mid. Scorch ends up killing Sumachi as he runs through B. And looks like Thief and Frigg are getting ready for a slow push B after Sumachi was doing that, setting up a feint. This is kind of a new play that we're seeing a lot more common right now, is a really hard mid push. Seeing a lot of players do this thing where they either hold this left wall and climb up together, but by getting control of the mid, they open up a lot of the map for themselves. Soda Pop is ready, though. I don't think they know he's there. He could surprise him if he just waits a second. Be very good for him. Frigg has the bomb, and they are actually going to attempt to push it through mid. Oh, Soda Pop checks a little too early. Scorch gets Thief. Cardboard Box gets Orca. Now they cleared up all the way into A. Meaty One is the next firefight, and he has to defend against 3. Hopefully, Meaty One knows that someone's coming behind him. Darude, fixes that. It doesn't even need to check anymore. It's just Meaty One and Darude over here. Scorch can come in a little bit later, but looks like they were able to plant. And yeah, that mid push worked pretty well for them. They cleared enough members. Now we do have 3 thinking members who are kind of stuck in the back by tickets. They kind of have to go out in the open. Now that they push behind Chase here, they did clear their ground. It's just Cardboard Box who's very hurt and thinking, thought through that one, grabbing another round as they get a few more guns, move into this next one, evening up the game to a 7-7. This is looking good so far for thinking. They are the lower seed of the match, and so able to grab some points. Good. They're gonna need it for the rest of the evening. Right now at the top, 13 and 11 for Darude Cookie. Scorch with a 10 and 9. Frigg 12 and 9. Same with Cardboard Box. 11 and 10 for Samachi. 10, 11 for Orca. All right, so I think we are splitting up completely, right? Yellow Hat checking the mid. Sumachi is going checking B. So 3 and 2 with a 2 on the A. Yep. Nice. They are. He's probably warming up. They're the top team in the North American League at the moment. Or well, yeah, they're in contest to be the top. Samachi gets Orca. Yellow Hat gets. Sorry, Samachi got someone else. It looks like. Soda Pop gets 2 kills. Frigg gets Soda Pop. And just Meaty One left alone here. So Meaty One is going to try to push up onto site. Frigg's there. Bomb's planted. He's pretty hurt. Flash. He's not there. He doesn't know it yet. Gun's a little shaky. We're going to zoom out a bit as now we're going to have potentially another angle. He waits for Thief, and Thief steals this one, grabbing them another point. And now it's 8 and 8. As we walk into the last few rounds of this game. Vortex got 1 point that they needed, and it does, their economy is looking pretty good. It does not look like it's going to slow down the thinking economy right now. Thinking still able to buy, but if they lose another one of these could be bad for the last couple of rounds. So we're doing another 2 and 3 at the moment. That would seem to work for them. They're going to just try and do it again, it looks like. So we will see. Darude Cookie up on that utility defense. He throws a grenade back, and boom! Sumachi takes quite a bit of damage, but it wasn't enough to kill him. What a throw, though. I mean, like, getting him as he's running, that's like Sumachi was able to do all that he could there. He didn't know how cooked it was. He just has to keep running just in case. Looks like Thief had pushed pretty far up. He might be able to catch Meaty One here. So Thief is opening the door. Yellow Hat went to the mid. It looks like they're gonna mount this mid defense again. Soda Pop, though, this time no longer on Catwalk. It's instead on like the back of Gift Shop. Orca defends and getting a Cardboard Box. They're mounting the beginning of an A assault with this mid, it looks like. Orca turns away. Yellow Hat gets killed. Looks like Frigg, though, takes Soda Pop. Orca versus Frigg, and Frigg wins the battle. Thief kills Meaty One. And now it's the 2 B members versus the 3 on A. Sumachi's going to stay in the mid and try to surprise him. Try to get that 1 kill here. And we'll see if Darude Cookie recognizes that. He has his guns up. Guns out, funds out. Oh, and Sumachi shows us why you wait there. He catches him in lurk and gets the kill. Scorch is backing away, keeping his gun into this next round because it will be, potentially their final next round. He needs to make sure that their money's okay, and they haven't had enough losses in a row to really make sure that it's going to be safe for them. It's going to be a rough rough round. Looks like they're just getting out away from that bomb blast. Thief survives. Everyone's there. And walk into what may be our last round of the game. Vortex was doing our, they were struggling for a little bit into there. They figured it out though. This is what I was saying at the beginning, where 2 points wasn't a lot to work with for thinking. They don't, they're gonna have a very little room to mess up, and having those 2 in a row is gonna hurt the economy. It also sets up the economy for Vortex. Like if they can win 2 in a row here, thinking that is, it's good. Vortex is still going to be up and good. Setting up the same kind of assault. They know it works. Just keep it up. Soda Pop this time moving to counter it by going towards this mid play. Sumachi versus Darude. It looks like Darude is winning this fight. Sumachi's pretty hurt. Scorch takes a little bit of damage as well. Getting ready to mount our assault over onto the A. Meaty one. Can't see Thief just yet. But Orca. Oh, Orca walks actually into a nade almost. Thief kills Meaty one. A's been opened and the mid has been cleared. Looks like Yellow Hat got Soda Pop with a grenade as well. Darude gets at 1 player Sumachi, but 1 player on B is what I mean to say with that. But now this is going to open up a highway all the way for them to go to A. And we're going to have the same kind of setup. We're going to have 3 people in tickets. They did leave mid open this time, so they're going to check it just because they don't want to get Sumachi'd again. But because of that, they're going to splinter their force a little bit. We'll see how Carberbox handles these 2 players. Oh, he's underneath, actually. He won't be there. But they have 2 players in A long where the bomb's going to be planted for. And it looks like we don't get to see the last of this, but likely what happened here, just because the game ended early, that they got wiped out by Vortex here. It's an unfortunate bug with the way Pav TV works. So right now, Meaty one with 6 and 14, Soda Pop with 11 and 13, Orca with the 12 and 13, Scorch with 10 and 10, Darude Cookie with 14 and 13. On the opposite side, Yellow Hat with 11 and 13, 11 and 8 for Thief, who's going to be our least death award. Carberbox 12 11, 14 and 12 for Sumachi, and at the top 15 and 9 for Frigg. Let me take you back over to the scoreboard. We're going to update everything here. So it looks like, yep, this is going to be a Vortex game. They are the top seed of this match, and so it was kind of what we had to expect here. Unfortunate that we didn't get to see the end of that matchup or the beginning, just because of some technical issues here tonight. But yeah, this is week 11 of season 9 of VRML. We had the bans for Manor and Oil Rig on Thinking side. We had bans of Santorini and Resky for Vortex, and most of all, we have a word from our sponsors here. We're going to start with Asterion tonight. Check out Asterion. Thank you very much for Asterion. We stand by you as you potentially stand by on some of our desks. And I'd like to thank all the other sponsors of the Virtual Reality Master League for making this possible. So we saw I have the wrong map here. It looks like it was Museum, not Stockpile. Let me fix that really quickly for us. So it happens when you the score stayed. As we saw in Museum, it looked like they just had a really strong defensive side for Vortex. Thinking was only able to grab a few points on the more difficult side. That momentum just couldn't figure out how to handle that mid push there. It's a pretty powerful push in the meta right now. You're seeing that if you can get control of a little bit of the mid, pushing into either A or B, depending on where your defenses are up at. So while we wait, I think I'm trying to see if I can get the next map up. But we can look into what other maps could exist for this at the moment. Give me 1 second and I'll get everything up and going so we can kind of see what's happening here. This is going to be Vortex's pick. I'm gonna send you guys over to the browser to see if we can figure out what they might choose. So as of now, industry still on the table. Stockpile, so that might be a play for this evening. Oil rig has been banned. We have museums already been played. Stahlbrecher still there. Manor's gone, and so our other ones, I believe, are going to be. This is always the hard part, is when total of the 8 maps in your pool. But industry, a likely choice for Vortex here, as it's one they're playing often, one they might be choosing often. We can kind of see by some of the other ones they've played. Looks like they chose Ulrig and other. Sometimes the other's just another map. We don't know exactly what it is. Stockpile is still an option on our table. It looks like it's pretty high up there as well. So Stockpile could be the pick. It is the least sided of the two. And so that is an option. And that might be the right play, actually, if they go for a Stockpile. I mean, everyone plays it, but by choosing that one, they don't really have the site disadvantage. The meta right now is shifted a little bit to where Stockpile has a really strong A-long push, so they we'll likely see whomever starts off as T grabbing a lot of points early game. We'll have to see in a moment. Besides that, I mean, we have a couple other maps, like I said, Industry, Stockpile, Stahlbrecher, and if maybe we can see from over here what that last one is. I always forget this. Either way, we just have to see once we get that information. Waiting for just a moment, and maybe we can check out a player's stream and figure out what's going on there. Give me 1 second to pull that on up while we wait. But while we wait, how about you guys? What are you guys thinking is going to be the outcome of this evening? Like I said, thinking it is not too far away. I mean, right now Vortex is second in terms of overall standings in the North American League. Thinking number 5. I mean, Vortex, we just saw from that game that there was a pretty good defense there. From thinking, I mean, they were close enough to where that could have gone the other way. They just kind of struggled for a second. And I'm seeing at the moment, Stockpile is going to be our next map pick. Looks like they've already hopped into that one, figuring out the server at the moment. And so I will have that as things progress. They're reloading the server. We see that it's going to be an explosion T side, or sorry, a thinking T side. Explosion is on thinking. Same team that I can see so far. So both, they're in there. They're ready. Looks like actually, Crumpet replaced Yellow Hat. And we have Bricktop, who replaced Machi. Lurf and Frig as well. So we'll have that going in a moment. As soon as I have it up, we will put it there. So with Stockpile, like I said, A-long right now is really the hard play at the moment. If you're T, you're going to push into it. The defense moves further back over to the CT. I can show you it as soon as the map starts. And a lot of the rounds we're going to see are likely played on that side, just because that's where the still finding the game server. Unfortunately, it's taking just a sec. Always the Pavlov servers getting in there. I mean, they reserve the list. Trying to figure out exactly when they can get the seating in there. We'll have to see and hope that this next load in will be the right server for them. Looks like the last one they got their coaster in the wrong spot, and so get some ping. Ping is the bane of every VRML player, as high ping can cause shots after you're dead to kill you, or after your opponent's dead to kill you. Although you get that early, you can kill someone before they expect it, which is nice. Yo, how's it going this evening? I see Yellow Hats in the chat on enemy team. Him and Thief. We might have a wife situation here. But nice. Then we have this going. Come on, game server. I believe. This is always the problem here, trying to get this get it. But yeah, so I mean, we'll have to see what the spread is like for these teams on Stockpile. I can tell you right now that Thinking doesn't have the greatest Stockpile set of victories right now. I mean, I'm looking at on the scoreboard for their team at the moment. I have about 33% win rate on here. Now it depends on what teams they're playing up against, and Vortex will have a higher one right now, as they're on to a pretty good win streak this this season. They've won 71% of the times that they've played on Stockpile, only 33% on Thinking side, unfortunately. So the it's not looking good for them, but the stats get a little skewed when we get to the top and to the bottom, which does change things up a bit. We'll have to see how, it really depends on the play-to-play here. Maybe we can see how some of the historic matches between these two teams. I do see that they played a 10-4 on Stockpile in January 15th, so a month and a half ago. So that could be closer to the kinds of scores, although I think the meta shifted since then. I think that's when this change happened, so that might be what we'll have to see once we're in there. Don't count Thinking out just yet, as they'll have their opportunity. Those game servers are taking their time, and so I'm glad that you guys took your time this evening to kind of sit with us, check out what the virtual reality Masters League is like. We missed a little bit of that first match, but don't expect any more of that. I want to thank, I see Benjo Ben 117 did give a follow earlier. I see you in chat. Thank you. Appreciate the follow. And anyone else, if you haven't followed, we do have games, usually a few a week on this channel of what's happening, all the hype matches that everyone's excited about, as well as there's plenty of other players who are just playing Pavlov, put their match up. We have some casters who aren't part of the league but also cast these matches, and so it's kind of an exciting community to be a part of. We have a Discord if you're not there, and plenty of other ways to interact. We have a YouTube, have all the matches, Twitter, which announces the matches. So plenty of opportunities to be a part of the community. And by being a part of a community, you could take inventory of what's about to happen on Stockpile. As I see that they've loaded in, I'm just checking to make sure that their ping looks good. And unfortunately, no, it does not. And so they have to do another reload. So we're just taking our sweet time. But hey, they got in at least. You pray to Dave, and eventually it makes his way to him. He hears, no packet loss on those prayers, as he allows you to be into the glorious graces of its servers. Unfortunately, this time it's just the wrong server. The message gets sent to the wrong way every now and then. Actually, very, very fast reload. Give it a sec. I'll tell you in a moment. And I see some 40s, 72s, 56. This may be a good one. We're going to assume it's a good one for now. Okay. Let me load this up and go. All right. So I'm going to put you guys over to the gameplay. And it looks like I said, we did have some replacements. We see Crumpet in. We see Bricktop. We see Lurf, and so they have changed the Vortex lineup, but the thinking has stayed the same. I'll make sure that we'll have a prediction for this one in just a second. You guys will see. And we are just waiting to figure out what happens. We see a cabaret of different guns. We see the Tech 9, Glocks, Deagles, and we also see Beretta. So we have plenty of different guns. It's one of the beauties of one of those updates. A lot of guns, a lot of different situations. And we're starting off with the standard A push. We have two people who are just waiting out that first set of gunfire here. Over on main, soon we'll have a little bit of a firefight in the mid with Sumachi and Meaty One. Crumpet listened for that recon in the beginning and now backs off to CT. This is what's going to be happening a lot this evening. We're going to see him push up here, and he's going to be hiding, waiting for them to open this door. As soon as they pop through this door, it's going to be his firefight. Hopefully one of his teammates backs him up through CT here. We see Lurf going for it at the moment. Soda Pop, and it looks like Darude are making their way. Oh no, Darude killing Soda Pop first round. If you're going to do it on any round, that's the round to do it, because you have kind of the least money, but an unfortunate start to an A push that hasn't really even begun. Media One's in the mid versus Sumachi, and Sumachi's holding him back. Sumachi is actually completely wide open at the moment, so Media One could get some shots. Crumpet gets Scorch gets Crumpet. Bricktop and Sumachi do quite a bit of damage. Darude, though, you know, showing that he's not out yet. That plant is what's important on that first round. That first round plant allows him to get plenty of money into the next. He may not win the firefight, but, you know, he can grab plenty of cash for his friends. Frigg takes him out, point blank, Deeg, and then now we're going to have him defuse. But yeah, this is looking like it's going to be an okay start for you know, for Thinking. Unfortunately, if they, you know, that things could have went really different if they didn't have that team kill. You know, as close as it was. So now this is, both teams are going to be able to buy the guns, but we're not going to see a lot of utility on the side of the defense here. It's going to be the advantage of Thinking. You know, they got the plant, but we'll see what, you know, what that turns into as the round unfolds. You know, both teams have rifles. A lot, you know, a lot of things can be just won based on the gunplay here. So we'll have to see. Crumpet is listening for those early sounds, and you see him rotate off. We have you know, the same kind of setup as before. Get ready to see this a few times. We just need to see you know, what kind of changes could be made to prevent, you know, the gameplay to kind of turn this way. But, you know, although we know what to expect, it's you know, whatever happens in those gunfights, I mean, both teams are prepared for what's about to happen. Up to them to kind of execute properly here. So Lerf is going to be the one keeping his eyes up on A-Long. Looks like Bricktop's in the middle just defending. Crumpet's there to help. Lerf's getting ready to smoke off that oh no, it's Grenade. Never mind. He's going to grenade that spot there. Orca and Scorch are still there. Scorch is taking some damage. Thinking is kind of struggling to get this started. They have 40 seconds left. Orca was reloading, and Lerf gets the first kill. Scorch versus Lerf, and Lerf wins that one as well. Bricktop pushes up and gets 2. Frigg gets meaty 1, and now that's Thinking, who has thought their last thought. 2-0 at the moment in the favor of Vortex. We see Frigg also rocking a 2-0 at the top. Bricktop with the 3-1. Lerf with 2-1 as well. 1-2 for Scorch and Meaty 1. 2-2. A dream for Orca and Soda Pop, as they are yet to get their first kill, but they will get one by the end of this game. I swear it. Meaty 1 looks like we're going to go for a B. We are on the first of what likely will be a double save for Thinking. Meaty 1 is playing a distraction on the A site. Lerf and Frigg have not yet rotated off. A grenade goes down into Banana here, and it doesn't, you know, didn't hit anyone if they were fast, but they're rushing out. Frigg is going to be ready for this assault. He throws another one, and it's all versus Frigg. Frigg wins against 1. Lerf backs him up. It looks like Scorch has his eye in the wrong place. Lerf gets Orca. Frigg gets 2 more kills. Soda Pop does kill Lerf, but it's not enough. They didn't get the plant. They didn't get many kills. And we are already on to our next round. Lerf wasn't happy by having a score the same as the game score. Pushes them up to 5-0. Now, both teams have some cash. Looks like Thinking decided not to go for a double save, just a single. You know, we're on our 4th round here. Able to actually just go and play. Going for an all B. Meaty 1's probably going to stay here and lurk just in case. Bricktop, doing that early recon here, is going to be able to kind of tell him it's already a B. Lerf, oh, and Frigg is going to be tested here. Oh, Frigg gets 1, but Darude gets Frigg. And it looks like they already lost their mid and a player here. So they got the kill, but they're not winning this battle so far. They are going to stay going for the B push. Some grenades with some unfortunate landings there. Sumachi kills 1. Darude gets another. Lerf finishes Darude. And now we just have Soda Pop, who is alone, afraid, and in Snake. We'll see what he can do here. Saving is probably the answer, although this is 3rd round. We're about to be on a 4th round loss. I mean, he could bring a gun back. That's going to be a little bit extra because Orca and Scorch bought all the way to 0. Here in a sec. 40 seconds left. Hopefully we can see a little bit of action. I mean, realistically, Vortex shouldn't be hunting him down. And you know, Soda Pop, it shouldn't be pushing out just to try and get some extra kills. What we want is actually a slow game for optimal gameplay, but I think we're not going to see that as he's pushing further into Snake. He's testing this gameplay out. He wants to see if he can kill Lurf and get that bomb plant, because they don't know where he's at right now. I mean, he's going to try to surprise him. Lurf has his guns up at the wrong area, and it looks like he is going to just try to get an exit here and not for a plant. By getting this exit, I mean, they know where the bomb's at. They can control the game that way. And Soda Pop didn't find anyone in time, but he found himself with an extra gun into the next round. And yeah, Orca, Scorch, and Meaty One all didn't have enough cash to really buy into this, but they're going to have a loss bonus here, carrying them from here on out. So they might as well buy as much as they can. I'm not going to go for a thinking save. 4-0 at the moment. And if this is like their other game on January 15th, you know, they have to still grab another 4 points for this to be even. 10 and 4 for them, and they have the advantage on this half. Unfortunately, I mean, this is just not working the way I think they want it. Lurf pushing up in Snake might be tested here. Oh, and Lurf does get some shots off, but they back off. They let Soda Pop in there. Lurf does the right thing and backs away. He got the early recon. Frigg, we just barely missed it. Gets a nade and kills 2 of them. Another flash on Orca, but Frigg takes him out at the end. Frigg is hungry for these points here. Soda Pop and Meaty One are left alone, and no one else is dead on the enemy team. I mean, Bricktop's a little hurt, but I don't think we're going to see Meaty One and Soda Pop popping off on their enemies here in a sec. They kind of want to, I mean, they could save. They're going to have money, but yeah, it's them uniting. I mean, Meaty One kills Frigg. They know where he's at now. Soda Pop could try to, you know, grab the bomb, and I see that he has. 40 seconds left. They're going to continue playing, it looks like. You know, if people push out on them, they can grab some kills. You know, it doesn't change the eco too much. We'll see what happens between Soda Pop and Lurf here. Lurf is hiding. He's on plastic, just not where he stand for plastic. Watch go out. Soda Pop makes one noise with the bomb. We're going to see Samachi rotate over. Meaty One gets Crumpet, and Crumpet gets Meaty One. Plant, and Lurf kills Soda Pop. So that will strengthen the economy of thinking, but they are already on that loss bonus, so they're going to have plenty of utilities. But plenty of utilities doesn't kind of fix some of the issues we're seeing here. I think we're struggling to get out on the site. That B push is being halted every single time because of people pushing forward. They're going slow, and they're not winning those early tests because of that. Vortex is able to hear where they're at. They're able to recon them. They're able to do those kind of nades because they know where they're standing. Taking a lot of risk. Bricktop pushing out all the way to the mid and kills Meaty One right off the bat. Again, that early handling there. That's something that Bricktop does. So because of that, I mean, they've lost that defense. They're going to make one less player who's going to be handling main as Soda Pop goes to fill in the position. It's going to weaken their A main push. Orca does kill Crumpet, who stays inside of Long, and you know, it's a hard fight to win. And you know, he showed us that he wasn't able to win that one. Bricktop surprises the Long players though, getting Scorch and Orca, and now it's Darude and Soda Pop. Soda Pop has to go and back him up now because there's no Long support. They're kind of stuck back there. We'll see if Sumachi rotates behind them in a second. So they're moving. It looks like they're making their way over to a B. There is no mid at the moment. They could get past them. And Sumachi pops out. Soda Pop pops off on Sumachi. And now it's going to be Frigg versus 2 here. Frigg's going to be able to hear that noise. He goes wide and takes Frigg with him. Darude with him. Okay, no. He dies. So does, but Darude gets the kill. It's always hard, dude. When I look at the scoreboard, I get dyslexia, especially on the when a trade happens. 12 seconds left. Darude is not going to be able to grab a point here, but he grabbed the gun for his team as they go for saving it to the next round. You know, they were able to make that one kind of work after a lot of problems there, but it wasn't enough versus the 2. If they could have got that kill On Frigg, I think we could have saw a different round. 10-3 for Frigg at the moment. Lurf with the 5-2. Bricktop with 7-2. 6-5 for Darude. Meaty One with 3 and 6. Orca with 1 and 6. At the moment, this is pretty heavily favored toward Vortex. I mean, they have money, but you know, if they don't grab some points here, this is gonna be a really challenging second half, especially on the more difficult side. Lurf pushes up, and again, that early test, Orca and Lurf trade. Now they're able to call where the bomb's at. You know, we're gonna see the rotate over. They put 3 onto main. Lurf or Frigg throws a grenade a little too far. He doesn't know that they're pushing up so fast. Frigg gets 1, and he kills Darude. Soda Pop gets Frigg. Sumachi kills Meaty One. And it's 2 on site versus a 3 off. Frigg pushes in, tries to get some shots off, doesn't get any kills just yet. It looks like Scorch is the one who gets the kills as he, you know, cooks up a defense there. Bricktop kills Soda Pop, or Soda Pop kills Bricktop. And we just have Sumachi. Now, Sumachi versus 2 here. I think he's going to go for it. I was about to say, he's got an expensive gun, and I don't think he wants to lose it. So he's pinned, he's hurt. He throws a grenade out. It doesn't really hurt him too much, especially... Oh, there we go. He kills 1. Sumachi, you know, a war machine on the 50 cal. Checks the wrong corner, and Scorch burns him for it. And he picks up the 50 cal. So that is an economy transfer if I've ever seen one. So with that, you know, 50 cal is harder to use on the T side, but you know, Sumachi has some money to keep playing. He was able to take that risk. Gives Thinking an opportunity to have at least 1 point going at the end of this half, but we'll see if they can get 2. Scorch looks like he's going to play a defense here on B with the 50 cal. Maybe he can catch Bricktop or Crumpet if they decide to push. But yeah, it looks like he's just waiting just in case. Frigg throws those early nades over on B, and he's gonna that defense. I mean, that test really works for him. He gets Orca, but Darude takes out Frigg. So they're pushing onto site. Lurf throws a grenade, and it's so close to being perfectly timed. Darude takes so much damage. It's not enough to kill him. Meaty One pre-fires, gets a kill on Lurf. Sumachi's walking in there, and he gets 1 on Darude. And it looks like they weren't able to plant the bomb. Meaty One goes wide with it. Actually, Soda Pop, sorry. Soda Pop kills Sumachi before the plant. Probably the right decision. And now we have Bricktop and Crumpet. Meaty One and Soda Pop. They're both hurt on the thinking side. And so, depending on what happens here, Soda Pop announces his position. Bricktop shoots away from it. Meaty One kills Crumpet. Now, Bricktop has an idea where they both should be. Bricktop gets 1. Okay, now he's aware. Had his headset on backwards, but guess what? He found his way. He gets those kills. Oh, it's Scorch. I forgot about Scorch. He was on the opposite side. That's why he was doing that. Never mind. Bricktop knew what he was doing all along, and Scorch gets that kill. 6-2 at the moment for Thinking. Or for Vortex and the advantage. Thinking S2. That's what I was trying to say, guys. We're struggling out here. We struggling out here. CHX Hemi. I'm not sure how to say it. Checks me. Thank you for the follow. Dude, I'm so bad at figuring out Twitch users' names. I'm so bad at it. All right, so we are mounting our A push again. Bricktop is going to try and test them. Looks like Sumachi's joining the club. You know, Sumachi does win the first. Bricktop takes a little bit. Not enough to stop it. A grenade bounces down and nearly kills Sumachi. He got punished for staying there for a little too long. Crumpet's all the way in drop, though. He could catch one of these guys outright. Oh, he shoots on Darude, and Darude only takes 1 hit, finishes Crumpet off. Evens the game back up to a 4-4. Right now, Vortex actually has the health disadvantage here. If Meaty One can hold them out of mid, never mind. Sumachi and Meaty One trade. It looks like Bricktop gets Lurf. Bricktop and Sandwich. Scorch kills Bricktop. Lurf is stuck in the mid. Let's go to Frigg's position, and Frigg is going to try to kill Scorch here. Scorch does die, and this is going to be up to Soda Pop, who trades with Lurf. And so that's going to be 7-2 at the end of the half, the same as the first game. Looks like Frigg wasn't aware that it's final round. Now it's going for the defuse. And at the end of the half for our losing side, we have Orca with 2 and 9, Scorch with 5 and 7, and Soda Pop with 6 and 8, 6 and 9, funny number for Meaty One, and Darude with an even 8-8. Crumpet on the opposite side has 3 and 5, Sumachi with an even 7 and 7, Bricktop with 10 and 5, Lurf with 7 and 5, and Frigg with 13 and 5. Least Death Award is shared amongst most of the team. This is going to be a hard half for thinking right now. Like I said, they're going to have the disadvantage just purely from the way the map's set up. And then on top of that, you know, looks like they're struggling to actually, you know, handle that first assault. Now, this may be a better defense than offense here. Let's go over to the edge of Snake as Crumpet and Bricktop are going to be pushing up against Darude Cookie. Darude gets one. It doesn't take too much damage. Now it's going to be him versus Crumpet. And it looks like they trade. Darude does his job, ending that push. And so now it's going to be, you know, 3 here on A. Meaty One's going to be able to kind of figure out where oh, actually, no, since they were all in long, never mind. So Meaty One suspects but doesn't know. Scorch might be able to hear these footsteps and call it. Meaty One probably will surprise him here. Frigg pushes up and gets Scorch onto site. Sumachi, though, does end Meaty One. Frigg gets Orca. And so what started off as a really good first round for thinking, we end that thought as they die here. They get the plant, thinking, or Vortex gets the plant and the point. 8-2. So this is gonna put thinking on a save for the second to last round for them, likely. This means, you know, thinking does know how to handle their deagle, so they might be able to show us what they're worth here. So, you know, we'll have to see, but this could, you know, spell the beginning of the end for this game here. They're on a pistol round on the second last round. Not a lot of room for them to make mistakes. Orca backs away immediately. Let's zoom on out, and it looks like Meaty One is testing the mid versus Crumpet. Lurf is getting ready to mount the A push. Orca gets one on Sumachi, but Bricktop takes out Orca. Soda Pop is going to be rotating back in there in a sec. Bricktop gets Scorched. And Soda Pop surprises Bricktop. Is he able to bring a gun to his team? Looks like Crumpet gets Meaty One. Darude is being wiped out by Crumpet as well. And so it's going to be Soda Pop with the gun here. I think the right answer right now is to not fight it. Get caught. With your pants down. Lurf kills Soda Pop. He's not able to bring that gun back. I mean, they had the money to buy, but one player who could have had some early utils could have changed the game a little bit for this potentially last round. Both teams can buy, but it's up to thinking to show us that they have, you know, a layer of plans there, that their IQ, you know, they've thought through this. We'll see. So, stacking A site, giving up mid, gonna play aggressive here. Double peek on, actually, all 3 of them in main. Okay, Bricktop kills Darude, and Darude doesn't get to have the same kind of awesome start to a round. They're going aggressive. Bricktop and Crumpet both push up. It looks like Sumachi gets Orca. So now Crumpet and Bricktop have control of the middle of the site of yard. Sumachi kills Meaty One after he's, you know, tenderized by Crumpet. And now it's just Scorch who's stuck on site. They know where he's at. Scorch gets Frigg. And Lurf gets Scorch. 10 and 2 at the end of that. So Orca at the bottom with 3 and 12. 6 and 12 for Meaty One. 7 and 11 for Soda Pop. 6 and 10 for Scorch. Darude Cookie with the 10 and 11. 6 and 6 for Crumpet. 10 and 8 for Sumachi, 10 and 5 with the least death award for Lurf, Bricktop with 14 and 7, and Frigg with 15 and 6. So let me take you back on over to the scoreboard. That was a quick one, you guys. So let's update the board. 10 and 2. Yeah, that went a little bit worse than I think thinking was expecting here, as you know, they kind of struggled to do that. It looks like that first half just really didn't go the way they were expecting. They understood how to play it. They just weren't able to get the kills there. Speaking of getting, you could get a new microphone, maybe. So let's check out HyperX and one of our sponsors who can show you about their microphone. Thank you very much, HyperX, and all the other sponsors of the league. So right now, we are waiting to what will be our final match. We have Stahlbrecher and we have Industry as the two map picks that could be left on the table. So we'll have to see, what's going to happen there. I'll just get the streams up and ready. This is going to be a thinking pick, and so we might be able to predict a little bit with the information we have. When I look at thinking's choices in the past, Stahlbrecher and Industry have about the same kind of play time. So it looks like this team doesn't play it too much, so we don't have an exact, clear way. If they picked Industry, it is a sided map, and Thinking is played a little slow today. So I don't think that is the one that's going to make a lot of sense. Industry is a fast map, so we'll likely see Stahlbrecher. That I think is going to be the one. And I do see a Stahlbrecher pick. Give me a second. So update the board, and it looks like we're going to have Thinking is going to go on the offense here, and we're going to have a defensive Vortex. So they're replacing one of their members. I'm not sure. Looks like it's going to be a Vortex member, and we're going to have our last match up there. This isn't for the points. Or we already know what's gonna that is a Vortex win, but we're gonna try our best to figure out is this gonna be a way for them to boost their MMR, to keep the gap down in terms of points. We'll find out in a sec as they're getting that game server going. We're gonna try something a little bit different this time on the predictions. We're gonna see if they get 5 or more points. It's gonna be the middle of this museum and stockpile. We can kind of look at previous games at what they've played here. They played one other one, and the meta hasn't shifted too much on this map this season. We're seeing the same kind of plays. Did they play that one? No, they have not played that one in recent memory, so this could be a surprise here. I see that they've loaded into the map, but I do see some high ping on some of the players. Give it a sec, and they're waiting to see load everyone in there. Oh, Frigg got benched. No. And they have a player who hasn't loaded in yet. Looks like, I'm not sure who that last one is. I didn't catch as they were loading in. We'll see if they, so it looks like they are gonna have to reload here in just a second. Damachi's on the bench as well. No, the whole team's been benched. What's happening, gamers? But yeah, we are just waiting. So I guess the if the members want to tell us what do they think are their predictions, we already have players who are on these teams. They can tell us what they think's gonna happen in the chat, as well as what do you guys think what's gonna happen here. Speaking of what's happening, I want to thank BotKiller13 for giving us a follow earlier. Appreciate it. Sorry I didn't call it as it happened. I see looks like Cardboard Box is back, Thief's there, Yellow Hat's there, and so we got the crew going. They're finding the game server again. Hopefully everyone has it downloaded now that they took their second, and once we get in that game server, we'll be right back in the match. But yeah, so what other matches are happening this week? I mean, this is probably like the last match of the week, right? Like it's Sunday, 8 p.m. Or 9 p.m. Eastern. Who else is playing Elden Ring? That's the real question. Dude, I've been playing so much Elden Ring. That's all I've done all weekend. And so we're back here. It was something a little bit more important. What's important is good ping, and it looks like we might have found it. So let's hop on over to the gameplay here in just a second. Load this in, and Stahlbrecher, and give me a sec. And this looks like the one they're gonna choose. So cool. Once I have the game up and loaded like this, we're gonna be going right into it. Cool. So like I said, thinking is on the T side here. And we're gonna have I don't particularly think this map is sided. It really just depends on your plays here. Versus some of the other maps where I think have a clear path towards victory. So we'll just have to see. It depends on the utility and smoke of these two teams to kind of determine who will be the victor. Who will have the advantage, really. I mean, like gunplay is obviously the most crucial thing. Landing hits, so on and so forth. We're making our way to be to stop me from just goofing up what I'm trying to say here. Cardbox is hiding on site. Lurf is hiding behind the central pillar. Meaty One and Soda Pop are a little slow here. They're trying to be silent. But they'll show us they're going to be deadly soon. They've started the assault on the B early before they're there. They already have Bricktop drop. He's going to be able to help. Lurf is holding back through Z, and he is probably going to be able to call the Z players. And we're just waiting to see who pushes out. They have some flashes that they could use. Carbobox is going to push up, and now he's in this kind of suicide spot. Craig and Krieger gets Lurf, and he's Carbobox pushes up and gets one, but gets taken out. Looks like Lurf died there shortly as well. And we have just Bricktop left on site. Thief does join in from Graveyard. So Scorch burns him. And let's see if I can start this prediction. And Darude gets the plant. Thief takes away the life of Scorch, but can he get the kill on Darude here? Yellow Hat is going to try and back them up. Dragon Krieger is defending from Catwalk, and Soda Pop is going to rotate behind them here in a second. This could be Yellow Hat didn't have his gun up, but he's a quick draw McGraw, pulls it up. Dragon Krieger kills Thief. Darude gets Yellow Hat, and Thinking gets the first point on Stahlbrecher. As the Germans say, Stahlbrecher. All right now we have Kragen Krieger who popped off and got 2-0. 1-1 for Soda Pop. Darude and Scorch also got kills. Carbobox, Thinking, Yellow Hat were able to grab kills well. Looks like we're going to work on a B push, and we're on a mix save or a mix eco here. As long as you buy a gun and don't die and give it to the enemy, because that could be detrimental for your armor. But hey, we're having Bricktop, Carbobox, and Lurf all play very forward. We'll see if they check the corners. They check the first one. Brian Krieger needs to turn left here. Oh, looks like Scorch does the job, killing most of the team so far. Thief is gonna try to defend, but Darude takes him out, but Scorch gets him. And Craig Krieger gets Yellow Hat. 0-2 right now in the favor of Vortex. Sorry, Thinking. Man, you guys, I see people's names and I just immediately jump to the thing I'm like not trying to say. I don't know what's happening. It's like Pavlov dyslexia, but it's less fun when you have to cast with it. Hey, if I can confuse you, we'll all be confused together. That's the best we can do in this. All right. Speaking of what's not confusing, let's NA play. Let's make our way towards it. Yellow Hat might be able to get some early intel here. He does start a firefight. Looks like Scorch does take a stray bullet, but doesn't die in the process. Yellow Hat doesn't take any damage. Kragen Krieger is in the back here. Is a little bit of a firefight. They're pre-firing some corners. Bricktop and Meaty One trade. Carper Box actually rotated off for a second, interestingly enough. So this is the one I was telling you about. Having the site set up is super crucial here. Getting a smoke in front of where Yellow Hat is, getting a smoke to that little ramp right here, and another one in front of Thief could really stop them from being able to participate into the gameplay. That is the thinking, or the Vortex defense. Looks like they have just one smoke down, but hey, if they can get in there, it could work. But they're able to be shot from a lot of different ways. They did kill Thief here. Yellow Hat is smoked off, and he's just trying to and he through the smoke gets 2 kills. The bomb is planted though. Scorch has eyes on bomb. Soda Pop is going to try to defend here. He's going to fight off Yellow Hat. Carbobox is in the middle. Scorch gets Lurf. Carbobox gets Soda Pop. And now it's just up to Scorch to get the kills here. He burns his Carbobox. And now Yellow Hat, the question is, will he be put on top of the bonfire as well? And looks like Yellow Hat is pushing him. And Scorch, I can say he burns him. I can say turns him into soot. There's lots of other fire-based jokes we can say here, but the writer strike is hard for us this season, making my humor run out as Scorch just keeps doing lots of work. I'm gonna run out of metaphors, run out of puns. We got Pavlexia as Frigg says, and then writer strike. What else is gonna happen next? what is likely going to happen next is a B push. And this is going to be both teams having guns. This is where the game is going to change up a little bit. We're on to some loss bonuses. Lurf and Bricktop playing very forward here. We'll have to see what happens for Darude and Scorch. I don't think they're going to expect him here. Kraken Krieger is setting up the site, and Bricktop kills. Oh, look, what a setup. Lurf is going to surprise them both. Lurf, that was an amazing setup from Bricktop and Lurf right there, as they set up the distraction in micro. Cardboard Box goes wide, gets a kill, and Meaty One takes him out. Now it's just Meaty One. Now, he walked over, and Yellow Hat might have been able to hear him. He doesn't have the bomb. I don't know what the play is here. I mean, save a gun really is what I would say, but yeah, that's a hard round. I mean, playing forward like that, like when it does pay off, it does pay off. Lurf takes out Meaty One, and looks like Meaty One's going vegan now. 1 and 3 as we walk into this 5th round. Scourge at the top with 7 and 3. Kraken Krieger with a 4 and 2. On the opposite side, 3 and 4 for Cardboard Box, 3 and 3 for Yellow Hat. Scorch picks up the bomb, and we are working on to B site. Going past Caller. Probably a smoke. 2 smokes set up from Cardboard Box. They gave up having the Rusty player and are just going to go for it. Meaty One and Thief, as Steve pushed out really far on recon onto A main. Sees Meaty One. I don't think this is going to cause a rotate. But if he can distract these 2 players, Meaty One could open up the site for the B players. Bricktop is playing relatively forward. We'll have to see. Soda Pop could. I don't think Soda Pop should drop, but he might. Oh, that grenade right there on Kraken Krieger from Cardboard Box rolled him and smoked him as they took him out. Darude Cookie and Scorch back away just in case another one's coming their way. Movements. 40 seconds left. Plenty of time, but Lurf gets one. Ooh. They're testing Catwalk just in case someone is there. I'm being called out. I'm being called out in chat. No, don't roast me. We're supposed to be allies, you guys. Come on. No. The caster. Curse of the caster. Why? Scorch and Soda Pop each get a kill, but Cardboard Box. Actually, no. Bricktops take out Soda Pop. Bricktop eats up Meaty One and Scorch here. That's 2 and 3 at the moment. That is going to be likely a save round for thinking right now, as we see a few members who are behind the economic curve. Hopefully they can figure out how to fix their currency issues here. Invest in crypto. Or don't. Is probably the right answer right now in the current economy. But they instead invested in Deagles, and we'll have to see, except for Meaty One, who got a 5-7. It does increase his firepower a little bit, but at the cost of his money. Interesting choice on a save round. But hey, they're just buying as much as they can to make it work. Early nade and does a lot of damage to Darude Cookie. Thief does take out Meaty One, and Soda Pop is trying to fight him in the mid. We'll see how that one works here in a second. Thief gets Soda Pop. There we go. The answer has been made. Crack open a cold one into his skull. And we just have a little bit of a firefight. Lurf is going to test him here and there, but if both of them land a Deagle shot on him, he is out for the count. Cardboard Box gets Darude, and let's get in here from this angle, as this is going to be the last one we need to check. Cardboard Box gets Kraken Krieger and Scorch. Just gonna try to get someone, I guess, really. Like Cardboard Box. Lurf is just firing over. He's suppressive. I do this in game. I get told not to do it, but I love doing it. Rotated from behind, and Yellow Hat gets the knife. I get the surprise just as Scorch got surprised. 3 and 3, evening the game back up. 3 more rounds left in the half. Scorch still on top with 8 and 5. Kraken Krieger with the 4 and 4. Same with Thief. Cardboard Box, though, 6 and 4. Hopefully, you believers get an opportunity to flex your cash as you are 30% versus the 70 here. 2 more points for thinking. You get an opportunity to bring home not a whole lot, but hey, everything counts. The Rude takes some damage from Yellow Hat. Yellow Hat able to confirm. Meaty One's pretty hurt. Same with Thief, though. Looks like we do have an underpass push. Soda Pop is going to be... Maybe can hear that. They're going slow, maybe not. But that can be really detrimental here. If Scorch goes too far, and he does, you know, they are going to be surprised by Cardboard Box and Bricktop. Bricktop gets 1. Meaty One, you know, gets destroyed there. Yellow Hat gets 2 kills, and now we just have Soda Pop, who's on B by himself. We'll see if he falls flat here, but likely will. Yeah, he's fallen for sure as Lurf kills him midair. 4 and 3 right now. Vortex has claimed their lead. Lurf is loaded up on the grenades. He's about to look like maybe like Kiev or something. Or I guess these guys are gonna look like Kiev after all those nades. We'll see. We have what is Thinking gonna do? Thinking Kraken Krieger had to. Ooh, they're having some economy issues as he had to buy a shorty. Shorty is still pretty good. I mean, it has good time to kill, but it a little weaker against the armor pen. So gonna take a little bit more time. Looks like they're doing 2-1-2, just trying to get a pick here. Fortunate for them about that last round. Grenade goes down over on that side. We're just gonna try to watch from above to see if we could find out which side makes sense. Thief is pushing out, which he's gonna be able to call it, but Yellow Hat knows he's there. I think they're gonna know it's a 2-1-2. Kraken Krieger does kill Yellow Hat. I talk about the shorty being a problem, but hey, he figured out how to make it work. Kraken Krieger does take some damage from a grenade from Cardboard Box. And we're at a little bit of a stalemate. Lurf is pretty hurt. Bricktop is in a firefight with Meaty One, and he does beat him. Scorch gets Lurf. Darude versus Thief here. And it looks like they trade. So it's just Scorch and Soda Pop versus Cardboard Box and Bricktop. Cardboard Box is still on A. It looks like they're going to separate. Try to get the plant. And the problem is Soda Pop is loud. Cardboard Box heard it. Bricktop gets killed. Gets killed, excuse me. Pavlexia by Scorch. Cardboard Box gets Soda Pop. And now Scorch is going to have to get there in time, and he has 10 seconds. Cardboard Box just really needs to wait this out. I mean, he could test it, I guess, but he has the health. And they get the point, and Scorch does kill him, but it's not going to halt the economy. I mean, if you look at the Vortex economy right now, they're doing pretty well. Rogue asks if Kiev is an okay comment. I mean, I think that's fine. I think, you know, as long as I'm not going pro one way or another, just simply stating the facts, I'm as neutral as can be. Probably not the socially accepted answer there. We'll talk about it afterwards. So this is the final round in the half. We have Meaty One and Soda Pop pushing out. Trying to get some early... Actually, no, Meaty One is going very far, actually. Separate from Soda Pop. Meaty One is taking damage from Yellow Hat. Cardboard Box, oh, we missed him. Kraken Krieger get a kill. This is one of the hard parts about when they split up so much. This is a wide map. Grenades go down over onto A main. Soda Pop might still try to test this. Yeah, he's pushing in there. I mean, he's going all out. And Cardboard Box packs him up and sends him away. Fresh shipping on that one. And we have our 3 players left for B. Bricktop is going to surprise Meaty One here. Yep, he eats him up as, you know, he played that suicide position. Darude does kill him in the end. Lurf, you know, that's why it's called a suicide. It's so wide. I mean, if you get caught out in it, it's kind of hard to survive. Lurf gets Scorch. Now it's just Darude alone and no longer alive as we end our half 6-3. All right, so it's not looking too good for our believers at the moment. Yeah, right now, I mean, they have a few more rounds to go. It just depends on what happens for these first couple of rounds. It's gonna be Vortex making their way onto the B site. Bricktop playing A though. I wonder if he's gonna be rotating in there or not. Krieger does kill Thief. Yellow Hat kills Scorch, and in a sec, Bricktop and Meaty One. It looks like Bricktop does win the fight against Meaty One, and that's going to cause Soda Pop to run off, which it is an A play apparently, and so that distraction distracted all of us. Soda Pop is rotating over. Lurf, Yellow Hat, and Cardboard Box are getting there. It's similar to what we saw on the museum play from them. Confuse them and prevent them from defusing them. Bricktop versus Darude Cookie here, and they trade. Now we do have a long player here. Yellow Hat is backing up long. Krieger goes to the middle of the site. Him versus Cardboard or Lurf, and it looks like Lurf dies. Yellow Hat finishes off the job. Soda Pop versus the world here. Soda Pop kills a Cardboard Box. And there we go. Yellow Hat kills Soda Pop. 7-3. So with a plant and no defuse, that is going to put Thinking onto a save here. Deagle save, and we'll have to see how they come out of this one. 10-8 for Scorch, 7-8 for Kraken Krieger, a Cardboard Box 10-5, 11-6 for Bricktop. Going for a B play. Going fast as well. Meaty One might be our first firefight here. Looks like he backs away. This is a little bit of recon. 3-1-1 or 1-1-3, I guess, if you start with the A. Scorch and Kraken Krieger are kind of stuck at the bottom of ramp at the moment, not able to really help in this firefight. Where people are sitting. All 5 players now onto the B site. Darude will probably be our first engagement in the smoke. Thief takes his life. Kraken Krieger gets Thief. Kraken Krieger gets Cardboard Box as well. Oh, and Yellow Hat has a shotgun, kills Kraken Krieger. 2v2. Pop picks up a gun. One tries to go wide, and he's gonna push up here and try to get some shots off. So Pop kills Bricktop. Lurf gets Meaty One, and on a trade, but a trade isn't enough when you have to still defuse. That's 8-3 in the favor Vortex. All right, we're pushing on to what might be an A here. They did have the money from that. It was a save round, so they're able to buy into this one. If they end up struggling, they're going to have enough money to keep going because of loss bonuses. Soda Pop could be our first real engagement here. And Soda Pop lost the fight to Thief. Thief nearly dying. Darude could... C versus Bricktop here. They're mounting the smokes over on the A site. He ends up dying to Meaty One from radio. Right now, the kind of meta is shoot through the smoke, see what you get. And he didn't shoot Yellow Hat when he knew he was going to be there. Yellow Hat is going to try to push out, but Kraken Krieger does stop that with a trade. Bricktop defends back from Scorch, and burn marks there. Now we just have Meaty One and Darude Cookie here, who are going to have a hard push as they just don't have the advantage. Bricktop kills one, Darude gets another, and now it's 1v2. Time's ticking. That was a bomb. Darude gets one, and he's really one tap away. Lurf could get the kill here. And he's going to go pick up guns. And they both are going to get away from that explosion. 9-3, what might be our last round this game. And 10 for Kraken Krieger, 10-10 for Scorch. Bricktop with the 13-8, 10-7 for a cardboard box. A dream for thinking as they need to pull something out here. They have some money. They're trying a wide range of different guns. Looks like Bricktop is going to play the either Distraction or the Plant on A. We'll see what happens here with him and Scorch. Scorch is going to push out. And he makes some footsteps. Bricktop knows he's there. Unfortunately, I clipped through the wall just barely. Bricktop does lay the foundation for a kill there. Meaty One is staying back. Bricktop's rotating off. 3 on B and just Meaty One on A. Sodapop's going to back him up because he's still in Rusty, it looks like. From the perspective, I wasn't sure if he dropped or not. Setting up the smokes. I mean, they don't have the site yet. Vortex it is, but it's not looking good. They have 2 players by Rusty, and the smokes are kind of set up so where Rusty can't fight them. If Rusty pushes out onto site, Thief could get them. Yellow Hat gets one, Thief gets another, and now it's just Darude and Sodapop. First map was 10-7. Sodapop alone. You gotta do something, and it looks like got a knife. Oh, okay. Well, Bricktop kills Sodapop, and as we look at our scores, that's 3-12. 8 for Meaty One, 8-10 for Darude Cookie, 6-12 for Sodapop, 10-11 for Scorch, Kraken Krieger with the 11-11, Lorf with the 8-8, Thief with 10-9, Cardboard Box with 10-7, 13-6, and Elise Death Award for Yellow Hat, 15-8 for Bricktop. Let me take you back to the scoreboard as we type in our final set of scores. So let's update these, and that one didn't go too well. For thinking, I mean, a little bit better than Stockpile, but yeah, they just kind of struggled to actually get those sites to work for them. I mean, we saw some kills early on, but yeah, the T side just didn't play. They didn't have a lot to work with again, and that's how the cookie crumbles. They were the lower seed, but they have always more opportunities this season. Another Vortex victory, as they're showing us they are a force to be reckoned with. Number 2 in the league, soon to be number 1 potentially. So I'm your host, a goddamn superhero. Thank you very much for checking this out. I'm gonna stall a little bit, see if I can find a raid target. If you guys have someone in chat, maybe you can suggest it. But if you give me a moment, I will get us going over there. And let's see, who can we raid? Is there someone live on Pavlov? We have a subathon, probably not gonna do that. Meta, we don't have anything. You know what? We'll take a risk on... No, actually, these people are not playing Pavlov. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to call it here. Thank you very much for checking it out. And I will see you guys next week on the next matchup. It's to the credit.